Hello everybody, this is Matt Blast. Here I am again on my Pangea map, and we've finished the Africa area of Pangea. So I just wanted to show you around. I wanted to show you what we're probably working on next. So the first thing is we're going to wander past the chimps on the left there, and the big staff building over there. And this is the start of the Africa area. It's rather busy because it's the only area that's actually in the zoo at the moment. But it's got a nice theme to it. I like the colour of the rocks. There's plenty of greenery around, and there's plenty of animals to see, hopefully. All nice and happy in their environments. I've tried to go for a no barrier policy, so you're very, very unlikely to see many barriers in here. There will be some, of course, around here by the other side of the Nile monitor. We do have a barrier there. But mostly we've tended to go for natural objects, hiding the various bits of wall and scenery. We have no hippos around whatsoever. Okay, well, let's wander out. Let's go through here. Maybe there'll be some elephants around. Let's go up here. Oh, there we are. Why is the elephant information off? There we go. Much better. And some elephants. Lovely. Need to play football. The last bit of the African area was actually a lion enclosure, which I haven't shown on video. I recorded it yesterday. And I wasn't sure whether to show you a build video or whether to just give you an overview of the whole area, because the whole of the African experience is done. And I thought, well, why not just go around the African experience a little bit, around the African area, have a look round, look at some visitor areas and staff areas, and they are wandering around, looking at the big tree. Beautiful. A million wildebeest, or African buffalo there. This chap's got a fancy hat on. I think part of the bonus with this map is, although the African area is predominantly in a flat environment, we're about to set off towards more hillier areas, so that'll make for a more interesting zoo over there. Although the next location probably isn't going to be in the hilly area. We're probably going to go for another flattish location. As we look at the painted dogs and the monorail station over here. That's an unusual viewpoint. I haven't seen people there before. It's quite a long way away from the actual buffalo, but that's obviously what they're looking at. Big monorail station with the massive chandelier. I did find a small issue with this enclosure. One of the baby wildebeest. What wildebeest? These are tiny wildebeest. One of the baby warthogs found a little way out, as the babies usually do, and I had to just plug that up with a rock over here. That was it. They could get through and then come out this way, but no more. Right, so we're heading down towards the lions, which is the newest part of the actual zoo. Oh, hello. Sorry, camera issues. I should have put it on Tejig cam, shouldn't I? But never mind. Here we go. Down past the bonobo. Little generator in there. And we're at the lions. Okay, so this is the new enclosure here. We have a couple of viewing windows from here. Oh, and a lady outside the platform up there. We have some steps that go up to a viewing platform, which I'll show you in a moment. A little lion there in an alcove. We have another viewing area here by the drinking part of the exhibit. there are 3 lions in there. I'll show you in a moment. I'll show you a bit more around. Another lion there. Oh, and also the bonobo area where you can see the bonobos from in here with the big fountain waterfall thing. You can also see the lions from this side as well. So that was the first viewing window. Second viewing window is over this way behind the water. And they do have access down to the river, but not too much. Not too much down there. Okay, so let's take you into the enclosure and we'll have a quick look around that. So obviously we've got the bonobo viewing room there, which has got the bonobos on that side. And what we have is our lovely lion enclosure. So this is it. It comes down to the water. There's a bit here that they can actually swim in. And you can see I've blocked it with some rocks and a couple of logs because they were able to swim out, which I found quite surprising. But cats do swim. If you think of tigers and things, they're actually quite adept at swimming. They just don't do it very often. It's just when you think of cats, you tend to think of African cats, cheetahs and maybe lions. And they don't tend to be seen in the water very often. But there's a little drinking bit there. So that was the viewing platform as well. We've got this nice roof on it, which is unusual. And the top bits there are they're actually lights. It's nice and shady under there. It's an unusual pattern, quite like that. These benches are a bit odd because people can walk around the back of them. So you'll occasionally see people walk out and float above the enclosure. They're all running. It's feeding time, you see. There we are. There's a den underneath the viewing platform as well. That's where the lions have their sleeping area. And that's that. So as far as Africa goes, that's pretty much it. The cheetahs and tortoise are all still there. Why does nobody come past there? What's all that about? There's a big amount of traffic and then they stop here and it goes quieter. Okay. As I said, when we get the next bit of the enclosure in, then hopefully people will move around the zoo a little bit. So I think from the African bit, there are a few bits that I'm really pleased with. I like the eating area, especially with these trees. These trees look amazing, and I think they make the area look really quite nice. We happen to have that on. Let's do that. And the building for the hippos was one of the first things that I built in here, and that came out really well. Very few people going upstairs though. I had to put a cash machine up there to actually encourage people up, but you'd think that there was a great viewing opportunity there. I like this bit of the elephant house, which is a little platform before you go up to the main viewing area. I'm not as keen on this. It's a bit too simplistic, I think. Although it does the job and it protects the animals from the weather, it's just, yeah, a bit meh. I love the barrier at the back here. That was a little experiment in whether you could use one of these types of barriers, and that worked. The building's okay. I just like the general feel of it. There's some bits that I really, really like, certainly around here, where you've got various different heights of walkway. So this is where the main monorail station is, and then there's the walkway that goes above the bonobo, and you can go in and see the bonobo through there, or you can go over to the next area through that. It's pretty good, and I do like the viewing area for the bonobo and the lions with the monorail that goes through it. I think that's pretty cool. Good, right, well, I've mentioned that we're going on to another area. This is something that's pretty unusual, something that I'm fairly certain you've not seen in zoos before. Certainly in Planet Zoo, you might not have seen this sort of thing. And we're going for a kind of fantasy area. So we have some initial plants in here, which are actually lights. These are lights to light up the pathways. So I'll just show you the lighting in there. So you can see that they shine on the key areas of the path. So I'm not sure whether to put any more in, or what I might do is put some ground level lights in. But they look pretty funky. Work quite well in the area. Let's just bring it back to sort of daytime. And at the moment we've got a higgledy-piggledy area of shops, which I think looks really messy, and I'm going to change it. But it's just to give you an idea of the sort of area that we're going to be building. We've got the fantasy flowers. We've got the funky little shop, Looney Balloon shop, which I think I did a video on this one on how to build this. So check out my How to Planet Zoo videos. That's in there. There's an example of what the fencing is going to be like in this area, and also I'm toying with the idea of using rocks like these. So they're made out of blocks. There's my pizza pen shop with the bits of pepperoni on it, and then we have the ice cream shop with the melted ice cream on top. I do like that one. I'm quite pleased with that. And we have our latest addition, which is a couple of toilets. Yeah, I don't think I need to explain that one very much. It's not a shoe. There we go. Oh, and there's a staff shop over here, which is a not a staff shop, a staff restroom, staff room, in the shape of a well-known cube game. So that's what this is going to be. It won't go. It'll go up to about here, because I wanted to retain the bridge, which is in a kind of medieval style, and that will probably be this area, a kind of castle area, is probably what I'm going to go for in there. And it will probably encapsulate a bit of the island. I'm thinking maybe we could get an enclosure on this island with a path down for staff to come down and then get into the enclosure. I don't quite know how to do it, and I don't quite know what to put in there yet, but we'll think about that. But that looks like a good idea. It looks like a great place for something like lemurs or capuchins or something where we can get quite a lot of them in, and then maybe have bits where they can go over the pathways, which might be quite cool. But we'll see. So that's it. So where the monorail goes is probably going to be about the barrier for this area. It's going to be the bit that sort of says, right, it goes up to the monorail here and as far as the river and as far as the hill, and this will be it. We've got the food area in the middle, which is messy. I don't like it at the moment. I'll probably change it out. So I might move the shops, instead of being in the middle, I might move them around the outside. So they go around this, and then we can put something in the middle, like a little lake or a feature of some sort. I think that's probably where I'm going to go with that. But it's going to be this kind of fantasy area. So I wouldn't mind some ideas on things that I can put in. The flower idea came quite early in my thinking about the whole zoo. I've obviously got the big mushroom down there, which, for those of you that don't know, it's got all the staff shops. I keep saying staff shops. It's got all the staff buildings in it. So it's got one of everything. And it's got a big walkway that goes up and round, and on the top of it there's a generator and a water purification thing up there. So it's literally got everything. There's keepers, there's quarantine and things like that. So it's a great thing, and I think we'll probably have to put one of those into our new area, because it fits the theme, really, doesn't it? So it's quite a big building. We'll pop it in somewhere. So that's that. It's going to be a big fantasy area with big plants and funky, bright-coloured shops and sort of weird rocks and things like that. I'm not against putting some real plants and things in. Just toying with the idea of some of the more unusual ones. That's from the Australia DLC. So there you go. So that's what we're building. And that's going to be the next few videos on Pangea. I hope that you enjoy the series. Let me know in the comments, especially if you've got ideas for what I can put in this area. So I've got some ideas of enclosure types or what I want them to look like. But I don't know about, do I put like big bees in? Do I put big massive butterflies or big tall clumps of grass? Or I'm not sure. So if you've got any suggestions, just pop them in the comments for me. That'd be brilliant. And then after that, as I said, probably a castle of some sort. And then over this way, I'm thinking there's going to be an Arctic area around here. And then something else, 2 or 3 other areas over there. So it's going to be quite funky when it's all done. Good. Well, that's it from me. I hope that you like the zoo. I hope you like the African area, which is pretty much finished. Unless I come back and revisit the hippo area, which I think is too large. That's it. So as I said, comments in the comments. Thank you for watching the videos. My name's Backlast. I'll catch you next time.